have different views, their own mind. And then you have those parents that like to coercively control or try to coercively control. That never ends well. That never ends well. Excuse me. What does my collective need to know about these snakes in the grass, collective spirit? What does my collective need to know about these snakes in the grass? Who, what, when, and where? It's family. It's family. I'm so sorry. Some of you have a family of snakes. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Some of you have a family of snakes. Really, they should be seen as like your biggest fan, and when they're not. They're your biggest haters. Definitely your biggest haters. For whatever reason, but there's no excuse, as far as I'm concerned. No excuse. If you are experiencing this, my condolences. Literally, my condolences. But keep pushing on. I mean, you've learned enough in the sense of the amount of time they've bit you, the way they've tried to hide and project so that you would never suspect them. That was the ultimate goal, for you to never come to the realization or figure out it was them the whole time. And yeah, they thought you was a fool. What about these snakes in the grass, spirit? Give me something on these snakes in the grass. Okay. Snakes in the grass. Yeah. Whatever it is, they basically, you got 9 of Wands in the reverse. So that tells me they were trying to stop you or keep you trapped in some type of heartache or betrayal. Mind you, they were the first person to put betrayal on you, to commit betrayal to you, sorry. They never wanted you to have love. It's like, this is weird. It's like, if they know that you're in like a toxic relationship, they're happy. But if you're in a happy, blessed relationship, they're angry. That's backwards. They hit it very well, though. They hit it very well. Of course, isn't it? This is why they did it, because this was the topic of conversation. They'd never suspect me. For some of you, they was doing this right in your face. I'm getting every relationship. They worked tirelessly to destroy it, getting the person's ear, whoever you was courting at the time. This is diabolical. Some cases, they actually use magic to do it, collective. I'm getting Gemini Virgo energy. Scorpio. Taurus, like double Taurus. Yeah, these people knuckled down on what they was doing. They took swift action in this. For some of you, oh, they even bribed or gave people money. It's like some big operation, including your friends. Shit. It was like some type of tit for tat. The only common denominator in that is he was oblivious to it. Then they would come in like the knight in shining armor to defend their child. All the while, it was just a glorified act. The fake support from fake friends. They was jealous too, but they're under judgment. Yep, they're under judgment for this. So this tells me they've been doing this a long time, clearly. Yeah. They party that the fact that they were successful. They celebrated this. This isn't human. And these are the same individuals that put on a fake persona for the community. Diabolical. They haven't just done this to the collective. This is what they do. You know, you get some people that it's just like they just love gossip. And if there's no gossip, they gotta find it's like they revel in finding ways to cause chaos. Like to them, this is like entertainment. Yeah. Destroying lives, breaking up happy homes, destroying relationships. That's entertainment to them. Some of you, they was even making bets. Shit. For some of you, they set you up. Or they deliberately pushed you towards individuals that they knew was no good for you. And I'm seeing this because for some of you, they knew what you was destined for. Diabolical, and they wonder why their lives is falling to shit. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. You just might get it, yeah. And that's exactly what's happening. Be careful what you wish for, because you definitely are getting it. It's like they just wanted what everybody else had. You had some friends, collective, that were straight Jezebels. I'll tell you now. Not all of them, but most of them. And it's evident now because I can guarantee you these will be the same individuals that are having problems now in their relationships. That's what will happen. They get with what they deem to be the love of their life, and that person is going to put them through the ringer. And at some point, they're going to realize some of these people have actually been praying and asking God, what did I do to deserve this? Are you serious? For some of these people, it's like they have a selective memory. Yeah. This was like a team effort of collaboration. And they all did it for some type of better life, or they didn't want you to have a better life. As long as it wasn't better than theirs. So that's family, friends. I could imagine it was the whole community at this point. Yeah, the whole community. Whatever it was, clearly hurt you to the point of you just walked away. Well, you had no choice, innit? I think for the most part, you're going to feel embarrassed, humiliated. Mm, there was some type of there was some type of money involved, or people got paid. Or say, for instance, there was like a substantial amount, and whoever completed the contract, money was divided. So we got the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So whatever it was wasn't balanced. Bad collaboration. Damn. They did this to delay progress, delay your growth, stunt your growth. Whether you realize it or not, this is something that you've been battling. A lot of people have been battling for, some of you, your entire life. Some of you might have started like in your school years, I'm getting. Like that popularity thing. For some of you, that's where you had your second encounter of bullies. I could see some of you even had friends turn on you. In the worst possible way, like literally I can see friends turn on you and like joining another group of people. It's literally like they would join the people that was bullying you the most. Wow. Kids are brutal, in it, but at the same time, behaviors learned. Yeah. They couldn't stand because they could see the way you shone. They didn't like your purity. Oh. So sometimes when you think that kids are innocent, to a certain degree, I can beg to differ to a certain degree. Absolutely. But at some point, wherever or whenever these changes happened, I just heard coached. So they was also coached, and a lot of them learned from their teachers, which would have been whoever was parenting them or supervising them, supposedly. I think you could see it, but you just didn't want to believe it. And if you did question it or question them, uh, they would respond with deflection. And I'm seeing back then you probably didn't understand what deflection meant or reverse psychology. And then they would all gang up and all agree to kind of make you feel as though you're in the wrong. That's real nasty. And nothing changed. They always knew you as a star. What else with these snakes in the grass collective? Let's call it out. Let's call a spade a spade. Snakes in the grass. Yeah. These are people that try to burden you with their shit. I think that's what they did, to be quite honest with you. But for the most part, you got the two of cup. No, sorry, two of cups. Seven of cups in the reverse. They hated the fact that you had a lot of choices. But we all got choices. So to me, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe they didn't like the choices they received, so they wanted your choices. The plot thickens. Mm. These are people that wasn't diplomatic towards you. They were very nasty. I get like a pack mentality, like hyenas. These are people that kind of wanted you with no fight, shunned even. This is cruel. They wanted you feeling like they wanted to burden you with their shit, but I'm getting this in the reverse, so that tells me you was protected. However little bit you it did impact you or you did feel was nowhere near what you would have done had you not been protected. If that makes any sense. I'm also seeing some of these people. It's quite not the kind of thing that you would harbor resentment for. But remember, these people's minds ain't logical. Some of these people are carrying grievances from school years. Is it really that serious? Or maybe it's because you wouldn't be like them. I kind of see that a lot. These are people that were kind of like, how can I say? They would slag off one somebody to you when it was just you and maybe one other or two others. And then if you went back and relayed it to that individual, like this person's not your friend, this, that, and the third, they would tell that person, no, she's lying. They're lying. Look how close we've been. I see a lot of that. And then whoever else was in the vicinity is like, they would all agree. How spiteful. Yeah. They did this to have you in your head. It's like they wanted you in some type of mental anxiety, I wanna say. And for the most part, for some of you, you've probably been through so much, you probably wouldn't even have thought that. You might have questioned why they behaved the way they behaved, but you would never have thought after all these years that that's where it stemmed from. But yet, though, during those times, I can guarantee you they've done shit to you that you've forgiven. Yeah, these people are celebrating about this shit. These are some very twisted individuals. Either that, or I'm seeing that they left you out of celebrations. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, say, for instance, if you're all going to a party and you're all aware of this party, and you got to meet at one particular person's house, like, oh, we'll meet at so and so's house. These are the kind of people that would say, oh, you need to be ready by a certain time. And then you get there, by the time you've gotten there to meet everybody else, they're gone. That's these type of people. These people are wicked. I'm sorry that they did this to you. That's wicked. And it's so funny because some of you don't hold on to things in the sense of, like, it happened, you get over it, and you just keep it moving. These people don't. It's like they hold on to the smallest thing. It's like they make a mountain out of a molehill just for an excuse to abuse you, or use it as an excuse to validate their abuse towards you. Knight of Cups. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that as well. That's a fake offer. Do you know what I'm seeing? That? Yeah. Fake love offers. I tell you what I'm seeing there. Fake offers. And he was doing that at that age. So, do you know what? It must be a thing where certain things must be in people's bloodline for them to be repeating this type of behavior. So, you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing, like, kind of like, they may have like boys in school. So for a dare, they will say to that boy, oh, ask out so and so, pretend like you like him. Do you understand? And then you're thinking like, oh my gosh, like he likes me. And then your friends would be like cheering it on as if like, yeah, they're in full support, knowing full well they blatantly set you up. And then they'd wait to a particular point in time to give you the big reveal. But they would do it in a way where they did it, it's like they did it publicly. It's like they wanted to humiliate you. For some of you, they may have done it in school. For some of you, they may have done it like in your community with like whoever you hung around with, shit like that. But whatever it was literally done to humiliate you. And I can't see any valid reason why, other than they're just nasty people. Wow. Kids up today, eh? Yeah. But you showed strength though. I think you didn't let it obviously it did affect you in it. But ask what can you do? And if you start wilding out, you may have done. Do you know what I mean? But it was never what they expected you to do. So however they expected you to respond, you didn't. I mean, what can you say to that? I can see it on like a row of people or like a circle of people around you, and this one boy comes up and says, I did it for a dare. Just to embarrass you. I blame the parents for that shit. Honestly. Because some of you continue to be friends with these people. Yeah. So it's like they keep repetitively having you in some type of tower moment. Oh. So this was just all designed to destroy your happiness or your sense of happiness. This is like an ongoing thing. But it's the way they did it was very strategic. They did it in a way where the blame wasn't put on them. But yet they was ones instigating it. Wow. They're not very collective. They're paying for it now. It may have taken a while, but they're paying for it now. But I'm saying that I can guarantee you the same things happen to them throughout their relationships. Yeah. They was just straight backstabbers. These are people that kind of like took it in turns to backstab you, to betray you. These are the same people you grew up with. Excuse me. I'm seeing like a vicious circle. Family, friends, community, relationships, all in a circle. For whatever reasons, they kind of all did the maybe in different ways, but the outcome was always the same. What was he looking to achieve? Oh, that's what they did to make their self feel better. So they clearly was insecure of you for why they would do or behave like this. Maybe they knew or could see something that you couldn't at the time. But yet, though, when shit went wrong in their existence, I'm seeing like kind of like you was the first ones to support these people. It's like you poured into these people and they give you strikes back, respectfully, in the best way possible. How else could you put it? Yeah. That's just like another tactic to, yeah, this is the truth. That's just like another tactic to keep someone in like a, what's it called? What's the word called? Keep them in like a low self-esteem energy. So it's like everywhere you turn is always the same. And that's mad because obviously logically thinking at some point you're gonna think to yourself, like, what is it with me? Why does this keep happening? This is what they wanted you to believe. So they kind of wanted you to what's the word? Accept, this is what I'm getting, and just normalize it. Like, oh, that's just how it is. No, that's not. And for every year has done that, I would love to see how you're living now in this timeline. And can guarantee you it's not so great. Definitely not so great. Yeah. A lot of deceit and hidden agendas are probably being exposed. I'm also seeing for some of you, sometimes when how can I say? I know that I've experienced that. Like I've done bad things and got caught, and especially if you got caught bang to rights, you can't deny shit in it. So you own up to it in it. I'm seeing these some individual, whether it be in school or in your community, is that they would all make you like scapegoat you and blame you. No, for whether they had their own hands in whatever they was doing. They all played their own parts. So, like, say for instance, there was five of them, you was the odd one out. So the other four would all collaborate and say, "Yeah, let's say it was them." Do you know what I mean? To evade or to avoid accountability for their part or what they did. They're getting karma for that too. So if that has happened to you, then rest assured they didn't get away with it. some way, somehow, that shit with the same shit that they did will play out in their existence. And if they continue to be that type of person, then that's how their life will go for the foreseeable future. Yeah. These are people that just lied. Lie, 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 and deceive. These are people that I sense knew you were special, knew there was something different about you. And they hated it because whatever they saw in you, they couldn't see in themselves. Possibly. And it's funny because you'll see how, or it's gonna become apparent that you may not see them for years. And these are the kind of people that only wanna make a re-entry or a reconnect when things are going good in your life. Only to find some way to sabotage it. I just seen like a vicious cycle of the same type of actions. Very deceitful. Yeah. Man or woman, that's the energy that you reside in. For some of you, some individuals knew this from possibly an early age. It speaks volumes. It's literally like, say for instance, their parents run like a church or part of some type of covenant. It's literally like these kids was they obviously learned something from the parents, and in turn they wanted to experiment and try it out. So you was the guinea pig. It's literally like they just wanted to perpetuate harm towards you and to make themselves feel better. May friends like this never find me. May friends like this never. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. It seems like these people kind of like maybe they're unhealed as well. So sometimes when they say when the moon cycle comes around, people act unhinged. It affects people differently. But clearly, these are people that, from a young age, they was easily tempted, and he just didn't like it because you wasn't. So that's like saying if they braid you enough, if they mistreat you enough, that you will turn brutal like them. I'm kind of sensing these are people that you didn't really fit in around for whatever reason. And seeing that you also knew what it was doing was wrong, but you kind of just ignored it in the hopes that, I don't know, they would change, act better, act accordingly. That never happened. If anything, it just escalated. Yeah. Some of you may have received some type of lucky break. Ace of Cups. It's literally like, yeah. Maybe you might have entered into some type of commitment, possibly. Could even be a friendship. Doesn't have to be like a relationship. Or maybe someone started to show you some type of kindness or love. Can guarantee you these people wouldn't have liked it. Yeah. You found unity with somebody or something. Or you found love for something. I don't know, it could have been a sport, nature, animals, anything, art, music. And that was kind of like your outlet. Yeah. These are people that are pissed because although you may have made different decisions from them, of course, when you're in like a group like that, they're going to act like, because they're all on one accord, whatever decisions they're making is the right one to make. And only time will tell, but I don't see that. I kind of see that you kind of just stayed far, or you just kept your distance. So kind of like saying you decided to protect yourself. Right, so I don't blame you. This is probably where the family got involved in, isn't it? The King of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. You may have went in a different direction, or you started to do things differently. You might have found, I don't know, how can I say? You may have found like a different group or possibly a hobby. But you've done something different that gave you some sense of security. Maybe it was a different environment, even that. So if you did that and it worked for you, good for you. Yeah. Two. I'm sensing these are people that, because they felt stuck or whatever the case may be, in whatever, they wanted you stuck in the middle of them. These strike me as very controlling, bullyish individuals. I get a lot of aggression. You know, sometimes you get it where you may be the odd one out, not in the body, but in the sense of, say there's two that I don't know whether it be their parents was friends, they grew up together, they went to the same school. Do you understand? So they have that connection, and at some point in your age, you've met up, or you might have lived in the same community for a while you've met up. I see that too. Or maybe you met other friends that were more like you or resonated more like you, and they could obviously see also what was going on. Do you understand? But wherever it was for your best interest. Yeah. You find happiness somewhere else. You probably don't like that either. King of Swords. Yeah, whatever it was you decided, you stuck to it. You was happy wherever it was you was happy. And I can guarantee you if that's the case, these other people would have thought, oh, they'll get bored, they'll be back. Because once you're so used to something, it's more easier to resort back to what you're used to in the best possible way. Even I know it's no good, but you see my sentiment. Maybe you didn't, because judgments are here. So maybe you called things out and they didn't like it, or whoever you joined forces with that you bonded with better than these individuals. They kind of open your eyes to something and you might have called it out, or you called judgment on something. Like you must have spoke up for yourself and said like the treatment you've received, this, that, and the third, or things that may have been done to you that you possibly found out about. That is kind of like the terminology of a snake, isn't it? It's been people in the corner your whole time. Yeah, they missed your absence. They miss having you around as like some type of punching bag. Yeah. They hated your passion. It's like, you know, when you try to tear someone down, but yet they don't give up. Or if you tell someone that they're not going to be able to achieve a certain outcome or dream or wish, but you keep striving. I kind of get that kind of sentiment. So you persevered in whatever it was that you was passionate about, enabled you to strengthen yourself. So it probably felt good. And you may have had some type of growth or some level of recognition, possibly. You felt rewarded about something, whatever it was. You'll know, innit, if it's your story. So it's something you clearly enjoyed to do. What else about these snakes in the grass? Yeah. That's like saying you had your own little clique in the sense of you draw more people like you. So kind of like you had people that was on one accord with your experiences or how you was as an individual. Like you found the yin to your yang. That could have been one person, it could have been multiple people, it could have just been a hobby. Yeah, this is something that enabled you to shine. Enabled you to shine. Shining so bright. Now, these are friends of like various ages. You had a lot, but I'm saying like ones that you were specifically close to. Who's up at this time? I can keep hearing the noise. Tell me more on these snake in the grass individuals, yeah. Yeah. They hate it. Maybe you found like a hobby. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe you joined some type of club. I'm seeing like things like it could even be like things like brownies, Girl Scouts. Is it Girl Scouts or Girl Guides? One of the two. Something. that you found that was good for you. Whatever it was, you was progressing in it fast. So you enjoyed it. You got some type of enjoyment out of it. You've seen the benefits of it. So these are people that they possibly didn't like what you was doing. So I'm sensing that they opposed it, or they tried to give you a hard time about it, whatever it was. Probably even family too, and they probably went and they was reporting back to your family. So maybe even your family put these people up to being diabolical towards you, and it was giving them some type of benefits behind your back. Although these people knew the kind of family home that you grew up in. Wow. People are cruel. These people that never showed you. Why is that card? 10 of Cups. Why am I finding these cards back to front? Do you know I always put my cards? I'm very specific like that. I know it's a bit of OCD, but I like my cards in the right order. This is the third time now I found a card the wrong way around. Maybe it's a message for me. But it's been in different decks that I found the cards the wrong way around. And I always check the cards before I put them back. I go through them. Do you know what I mean? After I've like cleansed them and stuff like that, and I put them back. And I keep finding cards backwards. Yeah. So you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing like these was possibly the individuals that may have been, not saying they did, may have been, they were the snakes. They was a snake to you. So whatever you was relaying to them, they was relaying back to your family. And they was getting something out of it, clearly. Whatever it was childish. But then your family probably was acting like they had some type of love for these people. They didn't. They didn't. But whatever it was, you still found strength to keep pushing. I'm not sure if some of you did finish school or didn't. Not all of us did. We didn't make the anyway. It was something more on the. Let me have one more on the Six of Swords. Six of Swords. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. It's literally like, oof. It's literally like, because you always came from an authentic place, whether you chose to speak or not, that is literally like judgment. These are people that wanted you kept in some type of darkness. So it's like they all knew but you kind of thing. Which they found funny, but it didn't work to their advantage. They might have benefited in some way, shape, or form, or what they benefited clearly wasn't worth it. Because look at their existence now. So you were shining a light on something, or you were speaking some type of truth. So this is why they probably would like, oh, gang up and be like, oh no, it's not like that, or you're exaggerating, to deflect from what you was probably speaking or seeing. They didn't like that. That's not friends. That's just some bitter individuals for whatever reasons. 6 6. All I got to do now is see another 6. Hold on. Hopefully not. That's just going to be confirmation again, innit? These people were the devil. They were the devil. 222. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah. Either you may have had some type of new outlet or new community that could have been job creatively, even like a new club you went to. I have no idea what it is, but what I do know, I can see is Eight of Pentacles. That's like a team effort in it. In the reverse. So these are people that probably didn't want you to see your worth, see your talents. Maybe they were jealous of the talents that you had, so they probably downplayed it. With the Two of Wands. That's like telling me they didn't want you to accomplish anything. Probably because they didn't. You get people like that. As weirdly. As sad as it is. So maybe these people was being paid to either keep you from growing, keep something from you. I do get a strong pull on it was to keep you from something, some type of growth, maybe. It could even be an individual. Or keep you from doing what you truly desire. Yes, it's like literally like they were sent to distract you. Probably even paid to take you off course from what you was either attempting to do or what you were supposed to do. Or what was destined for you, if that's how you want to look at it. Wicked ass people. Nine of Cups. Or they wanted you to do some type of fake offer. Or they were showing you fake love. I'm also getting as well. I'm kind of getting like they wanted you like insecure. So, so maybe they was also involved in taking your energy. Nine of Cups. I said that these are people that don't want to, because it's literally like, if you dream big, that's what you're supposed to do. But these are people that never had that mindset. So because you had that mindset, they're trying to pretend as though, oh, but look, we got your back. We love you. And we're telling you, don't do it. It's never going to work. That's the kind of individuals I'm getting. Only to then go behind your back, more than likely, and go and get exactly what it was you was dreaming of. Probably to throw it in your face. But Knight of Cups is a weak offer. I don't get sincere at all. Yeah. I'm sensing these people that didn't like how you shine. So maybe they could see things that you couldn't, or they know things that you didn't. I'm not seeing that. I'm also seeing like you may have gone to like I said this before, in it. Is it Sunday school? Yeah. It may have been like a church Sunday school. You know, they kind of like have the kids separate from the adults type thing. Maybe you got a lot of attention there. You know, they didn't like that. So they wanted the spotlight on them, is what I sense. Yeah. Maybe he was given a contract to like keep tearing you down. As I said that, the tower. Yeah, exactly what I said in it. These are individuals that was probably paid or given some type of asset to destroy your dreams, destroy your future, sabotage you in any way, shape, or form. So they was just being like the ultimate snakes. Literally like you got nowhere to go. Not knowing that they're being funded by your family. It might not have been actual money. Maybe they was being bought things, or I don't know. Maybe they let them stay there. Whatever the case may be. But for some of you, yeah. Also, all the while you're being displaced or displaced. Displaced? Is that even a word? Hang on. I've touched on the bottom. Maybe they was paid to abandon you. Set you up and abandon you. So if you've ever been made plans to go somewhere, maybe they've let you down. Or say for instance you're all out at a party, you go to the toilet and come back out and they're gone. Shit like that. However it's where it goes. Or you could have taken a trip somewhere. I don't know, you've gone to look at something and you come back and you can't find them. Shit like that. Which is quite cruel. But whatever it was, you was being protected either way. See, if you went somewhere where you probably didn't know your way back or whatever the case may be, you was protected, so you was always supported in that sense. Is what I am seeing. Yeah. Who needs friends like those? Well, at least you learn anyway. I don't really sense no animosity in this. Yeah. These are people that was receiving some type of money, but they was being paid to do this. Whoever was paying them had a very petty, I'm getting like a petty attitude. Vindictive, very vindictive. This could have been like your parental figures or anybody in your family, even including your siblings. And then not only that, set you up, make you the brunt of the joke, abandon you. Yeah. These are not very nice people, but you've always had a Queen of Cups energy. There's always been something about you where you must, I don't know if you catch the attention or you always take the spotlight. Not that you're trying, and they didn't like that. It's like it's because you radiate. It's like because you're such a bright energy, a bright aura. Yeah. These were people that was demonic towards you. Wow. And I'm kind of getting like, remember I said to you about church, like a covenant? I don't know if it was their family or your family, or maybe even like your local church. Or maybe they didn't like the attention you received, or maybe people was drawn to you more and they just didn't like that. They want the attention for themselves. Or wherever it was, they was in devil energy. Kids, my wow. Whatever that was, that because not saying devil energy, what I mean is like maybe whatever it was, maybe their own parents put some type of entity on them. Yeah, again. Money, money, money. It ain't funny when you ain't got none. You had some type of gift or talent that you didn't like. Yeah, whatever it was didn't break you. So we got the 9 of Wands to the 3 of Cup. So however much they tried to tear you down emotionally, you didn't let it get to you. So that tells me you had to have tough skin. Or, like I said, you just block it out your mind. So it doesn't affect whatever you're trying to do, or whatever progress you're trying to make. But of course, there's going to come a point, if it persists and you're still around these types of people, that it's going to have some type of impact. Yeah, I'm also seeing like other people probably saw the kind of individuals these people was. Give me one more. Yeah, these people had no love for you. They pretended to, though, quite well. They had, you get some people that, again, in it's the truth, it's the way of the world. Not everybody's like that. Where they love like material goods. They don't love people, they love goods. And you masquerade that. You see it all the time in it, and then they use the one individual that is the most honorablest one of them all as a scapegoat. So the same shit that your family did, it filtered down into your friendships or the friends you was around at the time. These are people that showed you no love. You might have thought it was, or they might have dressed it up as tough love. It wasn't. It was outright abuse. But made you strong. 2 of Cups. Yeah. I think they could see the love in you, they just didn't like it. Probably because they never had no love for themselves. I'm also seeing that for some of them, they was how can I say? They was polluted physically and spiritually. Some of them were oh. So that's the first, isn't it? You can get children in devil energy or toxic, polluted. But I'm talking more spiritually. Do you know what this makes me think of? Remember that? I don't know if anybody's seen this movie, yeah. It's called Children of the Corn. These little kids with like red hair and like black eyes. But they was tiny, but they was demonic as shit. This is what, yeah, I'm thinking of. But yet they say that they're Christians, but the conduct that they're displaying says otherwise. I'm kind of like seeing like that type of scenario where you have children, young children that are demonic, that have evil tendencies. Some of them even had Jezebel spirit. Yeah. I'm not sure how that came about, and to be quite honest with you, I don't really want to know. Maybe that was their assignment. Yeah. The sun's on the bottom again. Here comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I said it's alright. A lot of children experience this. A lot. Some of them, yeah. So this tells me you always did the responsible thing, even when you didn't want to. You know, sometimes when something is it's literally, I've seen this. It's really weird, isn't it? It's like the ones, like the kids, for instance, who have it really, really easy, are the most meanest and most evilest. And then the ones that are living behind poverty, living below poverty lines, are nothing like that. They're not materialistic. They're humble, still humble, if you see what I mean. But like the ones that are privileged are never satisfied. It's like they have a bad attitude. And clearly they was in kids in devil energy. So damn. It's either that's a bloodline curse or however which way they got possessed. But we could be here all day. That shit would be endless, collective. I'm telling you. I could say these are kids that wasn't protected. But at the same time, I could also say these are karmic children that was just bad work and just did bad things. I kind of see that you probably observed some of it. And obviously, you're not going to grasp on your friends. But then when it comes to a point where uh, you've got into trouble for something, whether you was a part of it or not, you put your hands up to it. Whatever you did, you put your hands up to it. Which in turn, you don't have to actually physically tell on them, but these are the people you hang around. So they're going to know, innit? Whatever the case may be. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah. The world. I'm saying because you did that, the world supported you in the sense of, yeah. That's like telling you stood on your word. So you didn't lie or throw someone else under the bus or deny it. It's pointless. Whereas these people, I'm seeing a scenario where, you know, sometimes if, I don't know, if you've done something, your friends have done something, and instead of letting you know, obviously there wasn't mobile phones back then, so how would you? I'm kind of seeing like they've been caught either doing something or caught with something, and the parent must have been like, "Oh, where did you get this from?" Or "Who did this, that, and the third?" Instead of taking accountability, they've blamed you in some way, shape, or form, or they've involved you, thinking that that parent is not gonna come and question you, maybe, and it backfired. Maybe their parent came and spoke to your parent, and your parent allowed them to speak, or called you down, or whatever the case may be, and made you answer these questions. And you kept your composure, so you told the truth, wherever it is. Yeah, I know how that goes. But at the same time, you're in front of your parent. So if you're one of them kids that you would get your ass beat, do you understand? And why are you gonna lie knowing that you're gonna get a double beating? Hell no. So if that's the case, good for you. It wasn't deliberate, do you know what I'm saying? Or at least, not saying I would, I'm just saying hypothetically, yeah. Say for instance, we all go downtown and we go shoplifting. Say for instance we go shoplifting, yeah. We've all gone home, hid on our shit, but yet though, whatever you might have got, they might have been greedy. Maybe they got caught. Maybe they couldn't validate where they got this shit from. Maybe they took too much. I don't know, whatever the case may be. But I'm trying to say to you is as a scenario, and they should have had that ready prepared for that situation if that's the case. And they probably didn't. And they just blurted out, oh, so and so bought it for me, or so and so gave it to me. And that parent was like, really? So you don't mind me asking them that then? One of them ones. Literally one of them ones. I haven't done that, but I've seen that happen before. You know, when you go to school and you hear the stories like, yeah, so and so's mum came to my house, so and so's mum and dad came to my house, and this, that, and the third. Yeah, yeah. But at the same time, they should have just took accountability. Yeah, so I'm kind of seeing like some of these individuals from childhood. This is what, yeah, awakened in the reverse. See the oh, I get it. So for some of you, you was already awakened as a child, but then other kids wasn't. And I guarantee those are the kids that was like that. So I think, how can I say? So as a young child, you kind of like was consciously aware, but just didn't know that's what it was. If that makes any sense. I heard it was profound within you. Okay. So these kids wasn't awakened because obviously you could see as the page as a child on there. This is why they was easily in that energy. Maybe there was no structure in their home. Maybe they were just allowed to do whatever they wanted to. Possibly that shit can lead to that, do you think? Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. Yeah, these are some greedy, materialistic types of individuals. I just heard that light for a living. Shit. So their job description was lying, cheating, and deceiving. That's hilarious. Justice. This is how you kept yourself at some type of balance, as probably going through your childhood, regardless of what was being done to you. You always had like some type of shield or protection, purely because of your composure and your integrity. Maybe you figured that out early on in life, innit? If you lie and be deceitful, bad things happen. But if you're honest about shit, not saying you won't get punished because that's it's what if you do something bad, you're gonna get punished. What I'm trying to say to you is it will never be that harsh. If that makes any sense. Or they would go easy on you kind of thing. Or maybe even just let you off. Do you know what I mean? That's what made the Wheel of Fortune turn in your favor. That's what gave you luck, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Because you did the right thing. Clearly you did the right thing. Even as a child, you did the right thing. Even with all what was going on, you did the right thing. Maybe outside of the home, that's when you did your bad. Well, that's what you're supposed to do, isn't it? Why would you do badness inside the home? Do you know what I mean? Well, whatever it was, you wasn't aggressive. You was very cool, composed, possibly even nervous. but it was honorable. That's a good quality to have. Yeah. You always had star qualities. So that tells me you always had good ideas. You may not have had the best friends, but you knew when to draw the line, or should I say, take yourself away from these individuals. I heard using if some of these people was like, or kids was a law unto their self. You always have some type of star quality, or you would be the one that come up with ideas or suggestions. I know this sounds bad, but I'm even hearing like you would think of excuses to how people get out of trouble. Take that as you want. It is what it is. Yeah, and that's what gave you strength. I didn't even get a chance to say anything. Yeah. Let me see. So these are individuals that, for whatever reason, because Four of Cups is like boredom. Maybe they was bored of being loving, or bored of showing love. Like they didn't see lovers and showing love as any kind of value in the sense of selfish, self-absorbed, or for their self. Oh, they didn't see love in people. They loved items. Oh, and this is kids, man, with that kind of mentality. Wow. Some of these are not all. Some of these kids was doing things before their permissible age. I have to just say it like it is. Yeah. So trigger warning on that one because that's not good. Oh, so there was essentially, well, not all of them. I'm just saying there's a few. I can clearly see a few, more than one, that was taking items for sex favors. So clearly, this has to be maybe because they're too young to be able to even get a job. Do you understand? And because of your age, I know the parents would like, how can I say? They would balance like how much pocket money they would give you depending on your age. Do you understand? So like, the youngest one get the less, the oldest one get more. That make any sense? That's what I'm kind of seeing. But some of these snakish individuals in devil energy, clearly, some of these kids are Jezebel spirit. Is that even possible, collective? Oh shit. Was they groomed? Spirit, was they groomed? Or is just did they just do this off their own back? Or was they abused for why they was in this energy as children? Because that's not normal. That's not normal. It's all coming out now. Who are these individuals that was in Devil Energy as Kid Spirit? Or is it the family? So, ooh, for the love of money. So we got kids running around with deceitful and hidden agenda, and getting involved with unfair dealings. That sounds really like sordid, isn't it? Damn. So clearly, where did they learn this from? Was it the parents? Was it their surroundings? Was it the school? The community? Other family members? Could be anybody, but yeah, we got unfair dealings. And the King of Cups, so that could be a parental. Oh, it could be a parental figure, but then again, it could be someone in their community or even someone of their own family that should have protected them. So, yeah, trigger warning. Some of your, yeah, something either happened to them. Even if they was to say, oh, they consented, you can't consent. That's a fact, you can't consent. But then it may have been like brushed under the carpet or people were turning a blind eye. But in today's day and age, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. These people are still alive. Yeah, they did this for some type of happiness. Maybe it was to block out the experience of what it was doing at such a young age. Yeah. They did it out of some type of boredom. Yeah, they was disconnected. Disconnected and discontented. Like children playing adult games. I'd be looking at the adults that's engaging with these young people. If you know, collector, that's disgusting. I don't care if it was 35 years ago. If you're still breathing, you should be going to jail. Yeah. These men knew what they was doing, men or women. Yeah, of course they knew what they was doing. Because, like I said in it, energy is abundance. So maybe they had some type of trauma, but that's not an excuse to behave the way they did. Six again, victory. Maybe you didn't take the same path as these people, which gave you some type of victory, collective. Or maybe you didn't make the same choices they did. They wasn't able to like coerce or bully you. Or maybe you had a strong sense of mind at a young age. Do you understand? Most of us didn't even have our childhood, to be quite honest with you. Most of us was given adult roles from a young age. If that makes any sense. This could be why these people was behaving the way he's behaving, but still. Give me a bit more for this Six of Wands. Yeah. So whatever it was done to change the directory of Oh, those probably damaged too. Whoever did it to change the direction of their path, basically, to make sure they went down the wrong path. And who else could know that or have access in that sense but your own family? Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? This was the idea that obviously the adults come up with because kids can't come up with shit like this. Come on now, let's be logical. Do you understand? Behaviors learned. So maybe they grew up seeing certain things and then all of a sudden they was part of it. It's like you see it in families now where it's like you always get one that gets targeted. It's like the one that's supposed to break the bloodline curse. That's the one that gets targeted. So that's the one that gets sabotaged. That's the one that has the innocence taken from them. And if you don't have understanding of it, what else you gonna do but while out? You understand? You're gonna keep doing what you've been shown or how you've been grown, right or wrong. So this is like a whole community of people, or a whole community of young people that have gone through this. There's always one in every family. Damn. Now it's making sense. So at some point they didn't heal and they've stayed in that devil energy. Which is literally like an open door for entities, isn't it? And whatever attachments. So whatever gets sent to you is just gonna attach to and make itself cozy, is what I will say. Collector, I want to say this. I think you was the type of person that kind of knew, or didn't obviously verbalize it, but you tried to kind of show by your own actions that whatever they experience, they don't have to let that mold them or change them. So clearly, by you, with regardless what happened to you, at some point, you didn't follow that path. Although you've obviously had your troubles, like we all do, innit? Yeah, you've always stayed supportive, even outside of your own experiences, which could have been worse than these people. Do you understand? This is bad. This is the kind of stuff that needs to be talked about. Definitely needs to be talked about more. Otherwise, how are you going to heal the planet? Yeah. The sense that these things only kind of come up when some of you may reminisce about certain things. It triggers the experience, whereas some of you may just have buried it. Others utilized it to transform yourself into the best version of yourself, whereas others let it fester. And when you let things fester, this is the outcome. As sad as it is, I'm seeing 666. I'm seeing 666. Yeah. You catch my drift. Maybe the purity of your soul didn't wouldn't allow this. Even though they say it's free will, but you've got to be a willing participant. So I'm not sure how these people got there. Do you know what I mean? But they're not fully to blame because at the end of the day, they're still children, you know? So, to some level, whoever their parent was needs to be held accountable. And the thing about it is, a lot of these parents were in the. They probably know what was going on, just turned a blind eye. Maybe they was getting something out of it. I have no idea, but what I do know is this is vile. It's like that's what they do in it. They take away the innocence and the purity. They rob people of their innocence and purity. This could be a curse in a sense of if it was done to their parents, they wanted to carry on. That this doesn't sound right. They wanted to carry on the tradition. How is that a tradition? That's very sordid, if you ask me. But in saying that, it wasn't every child that this was done to, only specific ones. And this person knew all about it. That's what I'm seeing. But you got to remember, regardless of what happened, you all had a choice. And from what I can see, for the most part, the parental figures took the wrong choice, clearly. They're paying the price for it, I will say that. And they wanted to continue this generational, whatever it was, whatever you want to call it. They want to continue this type of essentially that's what it is like raping children of their innocence. Do you understand? Stealing them of their purity. Or polluting them of their purity. Who else is involved in this, Spirit? Oh, of course we know. El Diablo. Yeah, they did it. So they did it to gain some type of fortune. Parental figure I'm talking. For some of you didn't actually grow up with parents. You may have had to live with your family members. It could be a auntie, grandparents, even uncles. Yeah. The family did it so that they could have some type of change that only benefited them. That's wicked. Do you know what? I don't care if people are already in their grave. They deserve judgment for that. They probably are, innit? And by them doing that, it's literally like, of course, it would have to orchestrate your life to make sure that you don't have a loving or you don't know the meaning of a loving committed relationship. So that's kind of like saying they would instigate these toxic relationships because they're gaining some type of fortune from it or it's benefiting them in some way, shape, or form. So that's like some of these parents are blatant pedos. Whether that's your biological parent or step parent. For some of you, it's a step parent. For some of you, it's your biological parent. For some of you, it's just a family member in general. Who's the instigator of these acts? Who took the initial contract? It's got to be in it. Wherever these people are. Family room in reverse. So I'm seeing that as that's destroyed. Or they're all up in arms, but somebody's in despair. Oh, so there must be parents. Whoever this adult figure is, that's responsible for these acts. If they are still alive, they're in despair. But the ones that are alive, they're in despair. So clearly, this is something that's like a front row information. I don't think I'm the only one talking about this type of shit. There's gonna be some type of court proceedings regarding these type of things because it should never have happened. It should have never been allowed to happen. For some of you, your own families or you've got a family of demons. I'll be real demons. Yeah, mature man. So this is told you this is older people. This is why I say it could be like parents or grandparents. Yeah, they did it for some type of change, like a better lifestyle or more money, a better job. Do you understand? A bigger house, a new car, holidays, whatever the case may be, doesn't validate and doesn't make it right. Doesn't justify it at all. Well, something's going on because someone's receiving some message of concern. Ooh. Maybe people are speaking up on it. Maybe they did it again. It could. Someone's got a message of concern, maybe about a premature death. Or maybe they've got a message of concern that they're about to die. If it's the perpetrators, then distant horizons in the reverse. So that could be any time. Because distant horizons mean like in the future. So if it's in the reverse, that means the opposite. So that tells me like now. Shit. Like now. Like current time, I'm saying. Oh. I don't know why I'm seeing this. It is some type of parental figure. It doesn't have to be the actual parent, but I do know it's a parental figure. So they do this to only Pacific children, so that's anointed children, to steal their star. So if you've got family members, yeah, don't get me wrong, people can work hard, but if you've got family members that you know who they are, but yet they seem to have everything, look there. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, especially the ones that don't acknowledge you. Oof. Yeah, somebody's going to jail. Somebody's going to jail. There's an old. Stop it. So whatever crime that they've done must stretch back, yeah. Because you must have known at some point this shit was gonna come out. So I'm seeing that there's multiple people that have done this. Somebody's going to, or most people's going to jail. It's like they still other people's journey to level up their own lives. You're being exposed. You are being exposed. Now, these are people that could hold like the position of an official person, or this is like some type of government. That's still an official person, right? There's some involvement there. I'm not sure how. Or maybe they're involved in like covering things up. Yeah, this is what they do. They made an occupation out of this. So this is how they've built their wealth or whatever they've accumulated. And I think the final end is for you to be taken out. Or for you to meet some type of yeah, I told you. So they may have obtained houses over this, literally courthouse on a false person. So they obviously steal other people's stars and give it to the person that they choose, when it wasn't divinely orchestrated to go like that. And this is so that they can have the so-called courtship and be seen as, yeah, this is what these people do. They steal other people's shit. So clearly they got to do it from the child by stealing your innocence. Again, not every child has this done to them. But I do see every family. You're not going to say every family has that one golden child. You would thought is the child that is the favorite. It ain't. It's whoever God, well, I see, whoever the creator and ancestors shows or knew would carry the bloodline. Yeah, that concerns now. So, yeah. So this was done deliberately then. From families to families to generations to generations. Yeah, told you. To steal someone else's pathway. They never expected shit to come up. They never expected things to play out the way it did, but it did. So expectations in the reverse. And so is the lovers. You could take that one or two ways. Then none of these people showed any love. So this could be like fake couples. Fake relationships. So it's up in the air. Yeah. They like to take people's gifts. But the overall thing, it was so that they could live the life of the person they stole the star from. So we clearly know the instigators of this, or who orchestrated it. Let me just say that. Yeah, I told you they did it for money. These are people that are not of high honor, so these are just demons. Yeah, look at that main male. Demons dressed in a suit. Demons in a skin suit. So the to all my black sheep scapegoats, you're not the scapegoat. You're not the black sheep. You've always been the person of high honor. Your family have always known this. But some of you, maybe the friends you had, because you've got to remember this happens in all families, yeah? And these people clearly succumb to whatever they experienced instead of healing from it. It consumed them. Maybe that's why they turned the way they did. But you can't put the full blame on them because at the same time they're still children. So they may have had that same innocence taken from them. Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm glad I fast before I pull these cards. If I'd eaten anything, I would have thrown up. So this is disgusting, to say the least. And then you've got to think about if you've got children, the same family that follow this demonic tradition would have done that to your children too. So now the pieces are falling. Now all the pieces are coming together. And then when you speak on it, they turn on you. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in my own two eyes. And the fact that I know for a fact, yeah, the same people that abuse people's children are still walking. Now you're going to suffer. I promise you, you're going to suffer. And the fact that I know you would have spoken up, you understand? You would have said something. And the fact that these parental figures are brushed under the carpet, yeah, you know exactly what he was doing. And the fact that you've been doing this for that long, and then it's like you're gonna have kids. Wait until your kids have kids, yeah, and then you're gonna be the one to implement that same demonic raping onto your grandchildren, and the whole family have to be involved in this. Do you understand? Because baneful. They're all gaining something from it. That is real sickening. So if you can remember certain things, God's got a funny way of bringing you around certain people. And I said this before, yeah. The same ones that was taken out that you know should still be here, that's another sign. And it's funny how anytime you hit the nail on the head, these people ramp up the attacks. So clearly we've struck a nerve. We ain't gonna stop. I ain't never gonna stop. And I go as far to say is, yeah, there was a time where and do you know what? This is while I was even still in some level of addiction. I kid you not, yeah. There was a man, yeah, that had a daughter. He got multiple kids, yeah. But what I'm saying is, only one child will be like have that gift. If that makes any sense, yeah. I with my own two eyes, TikTok. I kid you not. And the thing about it is, the reason why I got so angry was because that little girl was the same age as my daughter. Do you understand? And my daughter was what I think she might have been first year, maybe second year. She wasn't that old, literally, not even 14. I'm talking like 13, 12, 13. Why am I seeing this little girl? Little girl, because I lived off of a certain road, and my road is kind of long before you get to my street, yeah, but she lived like on like a off street off of my road, basically. So imagine I'm coming home, I kid you not, I have to just say it like it is, yeah. I'm coming home from scoring, yeah, to go back home to go and smoke. And the joke is, to this day, yeah, I know this Yardy man. And I've done told people who this man is. He drives this white Jeep thingy, yeah, with like a shimmery windows, and you know the spokes. It's got like silver spokes, but they spin. When I walked past the car, when I seen the little girl get out, yeah, I was so stunned. But it's not my child, but I observed it. Do you understand? And I heard him saying to her, "Oh, make sure you put on the top up on the credit." And she said, "Thank you for the bag. Thank you for the bag." She could barely get out because she was that small. Listen, just from the, like you get in Jeeps where they're like that far from, you got like step in and then step on, then sit in. You can't, it's not like a car where you can just open the door and slide in. No, 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 no. You got to step up on the step, then get into the seat. This little girl was coming out like she's climbing down a ladder. That's how small this girl was. She's the same age as my daughter. And I'll tell you another thing, yeah. When it was this one, I know the same thing happened to her because I protect my kids with my life. Don't get it twisted, yeah. There was 7. I can even tell you the school, but I'm not going to expose it like that, yeah. And I took my child out of school because of it. Other people in the community knew, because I made such a big roar about it. The school tried to cover it up. I'm going to expose the school because I tell you I'm going to expose the school. St. Nicholas of Tolentino is meant to be a Catholic school. So they're promoting and supporting this type of conduct in the school. Imagine. She did this to my daughter. And the thing about it, I thought to myself, that's a bit bizarre. But my child wouldn't lie. And at 7 years old, there's no way she hasn't heard those words from me. She said, I won't tell you what daughter it is, because I think my daughter will remember it, because it was bad. And I never found out I was pregnant, yeah. She got her in the toilets, yeah. I know this sounds trigger warning, yeah. She said, "I'll suck your front and then you can suck mine." What? And when she said it, I knew that wasn't no lie, because we don't speak like that. But at the same time, I know the girl's mother, and I know the girl, as well as I know the father. And I know what the mother does. I don't judge everybody, don't get me wrong, but I know what the mother does. So you've put your child in danger. You've not protected your child for why your child is doing these things at that age. I took my child out to school, went to school, didn't make up a big song about that, but I made them know, yeah, this isn't acceptable. I even called the authorities myself, and they did nothing. Teacher said, "Oh, it could have just been a one-off." But I had a friend, yeah, I won't mention the name. I had a friend that had a daughter in that school, and I had to tell my friend, take your child out that school. When I told her what happened, she said to me about 3 months later, because I live around, my friend lived off of the main road from where I lived, yeah. About 3 months later, I never forget, it was summertime. 3 months later, within not even 3 months later, there was another incident. This same little girl, yeah, terrified a little boy. She got some little smiling boy in the cubicle. Same thing she did to my daughter. Same thing. Because I'm thinking, yeah, because it's primary school, yeah, there's no locks on the doors, just in case kids lock themselves in and can't get out. So there's no locks on the doors, basically. She's got this little boy in the toilet. I kid you not. She tried to that to this little boy. He didn't have a clue what was going on. He was terrified. My friend told me, and I knew it was going to happen again. And the fact that they brushed it under the carpet speaks volumes. That's a primary school. So if you're going to allow that to go like that, and then this happened twice, now what's your excuse? And then years down the line, yeah, I was coming back from scoring, but it is what it is. This is like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I watched this little girl get out of this yardie man jeep. I don't care. I'll tell you, like, I'll expose your clock. He was a yardie man that's well known. I'm not sure if he must have been caught by like, I've not seen his car. Do you know what I mean? Or he's been found out. Either way, so be it. But I told her mum what I saw, and I even told the dad too. I told them, and you know what the dad said? He went, because the mum tried to deny it. So the girl must have been sneaking out. The mother must have denied it. And the guy and the dad actually, even though that's his baby mother, he looked busy. He was said, Tilly wouldn't lie. She doesn't lie on people. If she said that's what she saw, that's what she saw. Not only that, that little girl was in the same school as my child. Do you understand? What does that tell you about society? Exactly. Disgusting. This is what these people do, and they need to be punished severely. Castrate these people. These people shouldn't be allowed to have children at all. It's disgusting. And then these same family members that still want to carry on this demonic, disgusting, pedophilic tradition, you're dead in the water. Because God is my witness, I will not stop. Do you understand? To every single one of you are held accountable. Yeah, I know vengeance is God's. I get that. My job is to speak on it, highlight these things, call you disgusting predators out, period. Because I wasn't protected neither, collective. Do you understand? I wasn't protected either. And this is what these people do. And then what they do is they'll all go to court, mine, and make out like you're the crazy one. But then you've got to realize, yeah, it's like they'll only ask for a specific judge because then that judge is on one accord with their nasty shenanigans. Do you understand? So whatever, they made their choice. Some of these people are in the church collective. And I could expose the churches too, and I have done. That's why they've been trying to attack me. I already exposed the churches. And this is when I first started my platform, yeah. I'm still passionate, but what it was, I didn't protect myself, where I just brought up people on blast. And then when I saw other people exposing these types of individuals, this people was covered up. Do you understand? They had on like a mask. And I thought to myself, I'm not hiding. Do you understand? I'm standing up for what's right, period. That's my authority at the end of the day. That is my birthright. That is my contract with the Most High. To shine a light on things like this. And then the same family members that orchestrated it are the same ones behind trying to take it out. So what they do is, that's where the court cases come out. So what they do is, to cover their ass, they will go to court under oath and lie and say that, oh, this person's crazy. Do you understand? Then they get other family members. Anybody that goes to court and betrays you, collective, let me tell you something here, they're being paid. They will even use your karmic children. If you have any kids, they will use your karmic child. Always the firstborn. But they would have groomed that child since they was a child. Do you understand? They did the same thing to my eldest daughter. I tell you straight up and down, they did. That's what they did. And then when she spoke up about it, they I don't know what kind of ritual, what kind of like they did. They made out like that she implied that I did it. No, I didn't. Do you understand? Yeah, that's what they do, and I'm keep watching this cycle play over and over and over again. It needs to stop. Look at that. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. And that's the only reason why they're trying to take me out is because I'm shining light. I'm giving people the blueprint on how to pick up on these things. Do you understand? Because these people are very cunning. You've got to remember, they've been doing it for a long time. So they know how to cover their tracks. They know how to deflect. They know how to pretend to be concerned. They know how to pretend to act like, oh, we're just concerned about this individual's mental state. It's all lies. It's only so that you speak your truth, nobody will listen. But yet, though, these are the ones that are going around in the community just chatting bare shit, even paying people to slander your name, but with no proof. But if you dig up records, you will see where things have been reported and they've brushed the shit under the carpet. And the minute you do that, that's when you become a target. That's what I've seen. The minute you do that, you become a target. And it's your own family that are behind it. I'm telling you. And a step parent. Because a lot of you, that's what I'm saying. These people come into or marry into your bloodline just for this reason. It takes colonizing to a whole new level. Yeah. I'm going to say it like it is. I've watched it. I've observed, not watched it like that, but I've observed it. I'm picking up the pieces of it, as well as my own experiences when I was a child, but at the hands of the same people that they knew what they was doing. And they feel that because they do it spiritually, that they can't be held accountable. It's still the same thing, no different. Some of them do it in the physical now purely because they've indoctrinated whatever they have into that individual to make you think that, oh, it's okay. And it's not your faults. It's them projecting that fault into you to make you go along with their nastiness. Do you understand? Every bloodline has these things in their bloodline. And that's what they are. They're things. Because that's not human. That's not human nature. That's devil nature. That's not human nature. That's devil nature. And to the parents that don't protect the child, you're basically co-signing and give a consent for that to be done. Put your childhood wounds to the side. I don't get it. That's not an excuse. And the people that know me know exactly what I'm saying. And I stand on every word. Period. And when you've seen High Honor comes out, clearly the police are on the payroll. Or the benefit in some way, shape, or form. Because it's funny how these people don't get held accountable, but yet, though, you can be investigated on fabricated reports. Make that make sense? And they still imagine people making all these reports about you, and you've been investigated, you've been watched, so forth and so forth, and it goes nowhere. But yet, the people that are actually committing heinous crimes are having a blind eye turned to them. That doesn't make any sense. So clearly, something's missing, something's not right. You understand? Collectively, we all have a responsibility, a humanitarian responsibility. But everybody wants to act out of ego and pride. And it's sickening. And the fact that I had to be the one to shine light on it, and then to to try and like downplay what I'm saying, they will say, "Oh, that person is crazy. She's lost her mind." Where? Because I actually went, because I knew that's what they're gonna do. Yes, I actually went and had an evaluation just to prove a point. Now what? Now what's the excuse? I don't take drugs and I don't drink. I literally had like a what? What do you call them drinks again? Desperado. Other than that, I might vape, but that's about it. I don't even smoke weed anymore. That's about it. So they got nothing to pin on me. Had I still been on medication, do you think these people would have poisoned me a long time ago? Exactly. These people know who they are. So, collecting, you have a duty of care. You have a duty of care. And it's all good to say, oh, if it's not your child, then why should you care? That's not normal. Children should be allowed to have their innocence, period, point blank. And the fact that is actual family members involved in it, that alone should tell you something. There's a community of these people. They're in all walks of life. And don't think that, oh, if we live in like an impoverished town, then it means it's not going to happen. Yeah, it's more prevalent in those places. And then you look at the people that pretend to be a pillar of the community, but yet, though, there's no action they can show you to validate why they have the position that they have, why they have why they've obtained the things that they have. It's because they stole it off your children when they was little. Do you understand? Tell me I'm wrong. And it's only the ones that have never experienced it. Cause it was not, obviously they wasn't the what do you call it? They wasn't selected to carry the baton or the torch, however you want to put it, for the bloodline. And when you think about it, you can see why they chose the way they chose. But look at what these people are doing. Is evident enough that you think? I do. But yeah, madness, snakes. Your first snakes is going to be your family members, your parents. God forbid, grandparents too. Their plan is to take this shit to the grave. So yeah, of course, no weapon formed against us will prosper. But it shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't be happening. And I don't like when especially the old ones. I call them coffin dodgers. It is what it is. When they would use the excuse that, regardless, even if that was done to them as a child, there's no excuse to be an adult and be facilitating that kind of behavior. I'm sorry. That's like saying because that was done to me as a child, then I should go out there in my adulthood and go and do it to other people. No. And that's what separates us from them. So many people have kids for that reason, knowing full well what it involves, but all they think about is the coin side of it. So we know who the true light workers are. We know who the ones are have actually truly done the work because they can't endure what we've had to endure. They couldn't walk a day in our shoes, but they want to wear our status as like as a badge. But yet, though, none of them's done the work to obtain the status. And they got the audacity to becoming the people that the same people they were attacking. Oh, there's this, there's that. No, but that's you. The proof's in the pudding. But yeah, like I said, protect your kids. If you got any people in your family, you need to call them out. Because by you not calling them out, you can't think that, oh, I wasn't involved. I had nothing to do with it. You're guilty by association. The fact that you ain't saying nothing, you're keeping quiet about it. That's like how can I say? It's like you're complying, in it. It's like silent compliancy. If that's the right, is that even a word? I don't know where the Most High's giving me the words from, but yeah, you know what I mean, innit? It's like agreeing because you know, and that's why I have to continue to speak up on it, regardless of the way you want to attack me about it. I don't care because you will have your time. Judgment is coming for you all. If you're not feeling judgment already, you should be. Because some of you people have been doing this for almost half a century. You've been getting away with this shit. Yep, half a century or more. Especially the one that love to tell you their do their little story time stories, these elders. Like there was some gangster back in the day. No, he wasn't. He was a glorified PDF. Some of them did it to their own too. In fact, these people would never admit it, but like I said, and their action speaks louder than words. They know who they are, and they know that we know who they are too. This is why they attack us the way they do. This is why we know that we're being watched, stalked. They hacked our devices. We know that they're trying to attack us with like frequency weapons. Hmm. They're in the lights. Do you understand? When you pass certain things, like even like how can I say, like the lampposts. You know, when you go into like shopping centers and the doors open and you got those lights. Yeah. And once they know your pattern or your routine, that's when they double down. I sensed it. I was in a park one day and never forget. And I noticed the way someone come and sat behind me. It was the way he had his phone positioned. Most people hold their phone like you're looking at it, innit? But he didn't. He had it like this, like it was pointed directly. I just, you just listen. I sensed it, and I didn't say anything. And all of a sudden, I start to feel like this. It feels like heat, but it was coming up my ears. So I don't know if it was some type of frequency radiation, but it was some type of weaponized attack they was trying. And that was somewhere I used to regularly go to like ground my feet. Maybe I should have posted it, but it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's happened a few times. So it's like you gotta like improvise. Do you know what I mean? You gotta keep changing up your routine. Because this is what they do. They sit and they uh they just stalk and they believe that they're not just monitoring you, they believe that they're studying you, but they can't figure you out. They need to be exposed, guys. They literally do. And again, it's the same thing again, isn't it? You can tell the people that they are probably because they come in your life, they don't like, they don't share, and they don't engage. It's like you're trying to study me to try and be me. How about you be yourself? You will never be me. And it's not about arrogance. I know who I am. And I know who you people are too. That's fake friends, fake family, fake lovers, fake exes, even people you work amongst. I know my energy irritates your demons, but that's your demons, not mine's. I've had to deal with many, many demons, and the biggest ones was my own family members. I can call out names as well. That's how bad it is. I will not shield predators. I don't care if you share a texture of my bloodline. You're not family. They know it too. Because I've spoken about this. Do you understand? I spoke up many times. And what did they do by you speaking up? They ostracize you. So that clearly tells you that they like doing what they're doing. Do you understand? And it's not on. So I hope that lot resonated with you guys. Gonna go and have I'm gonna go and have a hot drink. Like, share. Can you actually like share the live? I don't ask so much, but I'm asking you to share the live. Is it really that hard? It costs nothing. But yet I find it amusing that you same weirdos will it's like you're like and share people like belittling themselves or making themselves look stupid. Do you understand? Or humiliating themselves. Why? And then you wonder why that same energy you're putting out is coming back into your existence. This is why. But anyway, it is what it is. They are supposed to be Christian. That's not very Christian at all. The biggest ones are in the church. I'm telling you, the biggest ones are in the church. Not every church. Not every church. But for some reason, the ones I was guided to go to and just observe and then give my feedback on what I observed was also a training and a learning curve for me. And God told me, what am I going to these places for? My children perish through a lack of knowledge. So that's like you're praising a false prophet, a fake people, a fake doctrine on a platform, but yet he's out there wearing Louis Vuitton and gold up to his eyeballs. Do you know what I mean? This man actually had his shirt open. That's not appropriate. And the thing about it is, do you not got me? I saw this video. Somebody's right. The man said, he said, the majority of people in church now is females, and that's true. Yeah, there was some men there, but there was no balance there. I tell you why the men ain't there. They're not stupid. They can see the manipulation and ain't going for it. Why are you on the pulpit looking lustful? I don't get it. You're on the pulpit like you're in the club. And then not only that, you're demoralizing people. I observed this man doing it. And I walked out because I thought to myself, I wanted him to target me. I was waiting for it. And I think he could sense my energy. Bitch, I ain't not the one to play with. But he picked my friend and made my friend look stupid. But I believe he did that to see what the connection was. It was just my friend. You understand? But the way he treated him was disrespectful. Don't tell someone to stand up because, what is it? God's got a message for you. And you've left him standing there for a good 10, 15 minutes. And the man's telling you he's got a bad leg. But then you've gone to everybody else throughout the church, but he's still got him stood up. And I said to him, what? You sit down. You ain't telling me to stand up. Unless you're going to come back to within a reasonable amount of time. Why are you standing up? It's like a power play. That's what I thought. Strongly thought that. It's a power play. And then you're strutting through the aisles saying about, what did he say? He said, TikTok, I seen people in there that know me, yeah? That can verify everything I'm saying. I kid you not. I can call their names if I have to. There's a few people in it that I know from the town that I live in. Yeah. And they observed the same things that I did. The only difference was that wasn't my local church. A friend wanted me to visit their church to get my opinion on what I thought of it. And that's exactly what I did. This man is like he got joy out of tearing people down, and then he said, oh, he goes, they hand around these collection bowls, yeah. But when they did, it was like it was full of envelopes. What you got to do? Put your money in the envelope. Basically, he said, oh, we like the money that drops, But I'd rather the money that falls. Not, oh, give as much as you can. Isn't that humble? So basically what he's saying is, we don't want no change. We want notes, basically. I don't agree with that. So therefore, you're funding this man's lifestyle. And I can guarantee you, he's digging up women in the congregation. You can see it because of how they come to that church dressed. I was dressed appropriately anyway. It's not the point. But so many people that I was observing, not trying to be funny. Yeah, it's all good to look nice and presentable and smart. You can. And look sophisticated and presentable. But there's a difference between sophisticated and presentable and looking lustful. No. And then this man's got his shirt open. I've seen it on like is it John Travolta when he did that Beast movie? When he had that shirt buttoned down to here with like his hairs out of his chest, and then you could actually see that one big gold medallion. That's this dude. I'm telling you. That's this dude with his brand new Louis Vuitton with the studs on it, red bottoms. Then you got all this jewelry on. Why? You could just see. I'm not gonna lie to you. This man look like a straight warlock. I don't. This is what anybody says. That's my opinion. You're like a straight covert warlock. Oh, I can heal this and heal that. He didn't heal shit. He made himself look stupid, and it's like it's like they was hypnotized. I'm watching this man lying in your face, even saying, "Oh, we've got to let the oil soak in." Did you pray over that oil? You didn't even put it in like a special at least have like a bottle or a vase that they put it in to make it look presentable. No, no, no. This man had the raw bottle of Asda's olive oil. Ragged. That's how he's flowing through this church. And I'm watching the man thinking, very unprofessional. So clearly he's not here for the right reasons. He's just here for money. And to get people to pay, what is it, like £185 for some 2-day evangelist, where they go around from town to town to town. But for you to join and be part of it, basically you got to pay this money. That's what he's come there for. To get supporters for that. And because I wasn't going in the way he wanted, he doubled down on trying to tear people down. And I didn't like that at all. I didn't say anything. I was guided to observe. And I just watched him. He knew better than to pick me, Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have been rude. But I would have told him exactly what I see. You understand? Because I ain't blind. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. Even as some man in his wheelchair. And the thing about the people that was there that I know, you can ask them, Kid Talk. How you saying that you can heal somebody that said they have an accident, not been able to walk, and you're telling them that you can make them walk in 10 minutes? Yes, it was embarrassing. But you know what? I stayed to the end to make people point to verify that this man was a fraud. And then I said to my friend, this is your church, huh? This is the church you tried to present to me as a good church. I guarantee you, in that split second that I was speaking to him, it's like whatever veil he had over his face was gone. Literally. Literally. And I'm sick of seeing these people. But at the same time, you people as a congregation need to stop being blinded. Stop being foo-foo. Had that been my church, I'd have been the first person to call out the man and be like, hold a minute, that's not presentable. Knowing that the church is like, I would say, I'll say there was 80 people. 4 of them was men. That's how deep it is. And 2 of them was people from the church. Do you understand? There was only 2 males I seen in that congregation. All right, what does that tell you? And that's not the first time I've seen this. I've seen this multiple times. I won't say the churches, but yeah, there's multiple churches that I was guided to go to. Some of them I used to go to as a child that I've not been for years. Some of them, one of them, I had a traumatic experience in, and I was guided to go down. I didn't really want to, but whatever it was that terrified me, I had to uh, reopen that wound and basically face it, whatever it was. I won't say what I saw because it's not for this part, but yeah. And I had to go back there, funny enough. And I did. And it's literally like to make you go in there, how can I say? Is like things to start rushing, but the way it rushes back to you it is a bit overwhelming. So if you're not strong emotionally, not saying it make you rap, but it can make you like upset, maybe a bit distraught. But if you're prepared, then you're fine. You can still articulate yourself and conduct yourself the way you need to. And I wasn't easy, but I had to do it. But that's a whole another one. But yeah, and these are the same people that's probably on there on their fake accounts, checking to see if their witchcraft is working. No, boo boo. No, it's not working. That's the reason why you're on it, to see if your witchcraft is working. Do you understand? You don't engage, you're not liking, you're not sharing the life. So what are you here for? You're here to see if the witchcraft is working, and you're also here um to see what am I gonna expose about you. I see you. For some of you, you people were trying to chase me down. Literally. What's it called? The Wesley something? I can't remember the actual name. The church, I'm gonna say it. The church that was on that is on Bridgestock Road. I ain't scared of you. You are devils hiding behind the Bible, pretending to do God's work. You're liars. But anyway, guys, leave a message. Yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Yeah. But thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you for